just going to show you how to use Canva to manipulate some of your images that you've drawn, and maybe print them onto fabric as a sublimation print. So I've started off on Canva here, so I've just put Canva into a Google search. This is what comes up when you open Canva. I'm just creating it as an Instagram post because I only want a small image. And if I have drawn an image and I have created it in my sketchbook, I just take a picture with my camera and I just uploaded it into Google Drive. So when I go into uploads, because I've uploaded it to Google Drive and I've already uploaded it to Canva, you can see it here. This is what I'm going to use. If you haven't done it before, then you would just click Upload Media and then you will find it in your Google Drive or on your device and then upload it from there. So there's my image. I just click on it and it moves itself over. Now, the beauty of Canva is that you can get rid of backgrounds. So this is why I'm using Canva. So clicking on the image and I go into Effects and click on Remove Background. And it will take away the majority of it, but because the image is quite fussy around it, it will keep some of the image there. So ideally, you are best to draw something on a plain piece of paper to upload it into here, really. But this is just a section of one of my sheets in my sketchbook. It's taking a while. Now it's thinking about it, and there we go. So I'm going to click on Erase. And I can remove some of these parts here. Now I can, sorry, not tickle. I can make this brush size smaller to get the finer detail, or larger. And I'm going to do that over here by moving that. And then as you can see, that's bigger. I can take that away quicker. I'm going to make it back smaller again as I do these delicate areas around the chin, around his jaw. So I'm rushing a bit just for the purposes of the demonstration. So you obviously can take your time a little bit more. That's a piece of paper that's stuck there. We're just going to have to try and ignore it. It's not there. Okay, there we go. I think I've got rid of most of that now. So I'll click Done. And there we go. There is my skull. Now, I think it'll have made it slightly transparent too, so I'm not going to put a background on it. I'm going to do that later in slides. So now I'm going to go into Images, and I'm going to surround him with, or her, with roses. So if I wanted roses, I would go flowers. Oops, there's it. I could search for that in here. Now it's doing something. There we go. Let's try again. And I want singular flowers, so I don't want anything grouped together as such. I just click on that and move it across. That didn't go quite to plan. Has that gone as a background? I think it has. I'm going to go back. Right, let's go with roses because I did that last time and that worked fine. Now what's happened? So there we go. And I'm going to move these around and place them around the top of the skull. some singular ones. And we can just kind of copy and paste them as well. So we can go copy, click off that and paste back in. And we can alter them to different sizes. So I could also send that rows back. So I'd go position and backwards. And that should send that rows backwards. Yep, so that bit of sprouty leaf bit comes forwards. Okay, I'm carrying on searching down here. Oh, let's have that one with a bit of greenery to it. So make it smaller. This little twisty thing here means that you can move that around. And I'm just going to build these layers. I can do that. I can have another one of them, can't I? I can copy and paste. That paste. There. And put that one up there. Make it a touch smaller. Move it around. Send it backwards. And click off it. It's a nice one. More pink. Move that out of the way. Ooh. Just go back a minute. I've lost it. And I'm going to have another one of them. I'm going to put that up there. Sending it backwards. Like so. And that one, I think. And bring that one down there. And again, I'm going to send that one backwards to the back. Right. Just have them leaves. And a bit further there. Like that. Okay, so once you're satisfied with it, what we're going to do is we're going to download it. I do feel that I could do with another flower down here, but just for the sake of this, I'm not going to bother. So I'm going to call it a name up here. So this is my skull with roses. And I'm going to share and click on download. Now you can download it as a image, so that you can either download that then as a PNG file, which is fine, or a JPEG. So I'm just going to click with the PNG file that I suggested, and I want my background to be transparent once I've downloaded it. So I'm clicking on that there, and I'm going to download. So this then will be sat in my files. Okay. In fact, I'm going to copy to clipboard straight away. And I'm going to very quickly show you how then to produce into something like this or like this. All right. So I want a new Google document, a new Google slide presentation. Oh, come on. There we go. And I want to set this to A4. So we'll go into File. I'm just a bit eager. Still loading. Let's get rid of these while we're waiting. Okay, I don't want them. Obviously, the sublimation printer prints A4, so that's what we want to turn it into, A4 size. So you can either set it, you go into page setup, and we change it to custom from the widescreen, custom. If we print it as a widescreen, you'll end up with like a pillar box shape, and then either 21 by 30 or the other way around, 30 by 21, depending on whether you want it landscape or portrait. So 21 by 30. Apply. Okay, so that takes it into portrait, as you can see, and I'm just going to, because I copied it to clipboard before, I'm just going to paste it on here straight away. Otherwise, you would go into insert and insert your image and find it in your Google Drive. Now, I did do this as a background, as no background to it. So that makes it perfect for doing things where you might make this smaller and then you copy and paste it. And then you start rotating them around and playing with them and messing around with them, because you can get them really close together if you do it that way. But also, because it's transparent, you could put a bit of a coloured background to it too. So if I go on to background, and you could pick a colour to have in the background. Also, so there's all sorts of things that you can do now with that. It looks really, really good. You could just do a massive, great, large one and get that printed, and then sew into it, and maybe add more bits of petals to, like here where I said I had mist, or to the top here. There's all sorts of things you can do. You can paint into it. You can do it as a repeated print. Just have a go and have a good practice with some different ways. Remember, the examination board are looking for around 4 different ideas that you may have done. So one may be where you've just sewn into it using 3 motion embroidery. Another might be 3 motion embroidery. You've drawn into it as well using the 3D pens or the fabric pens. You might be adding more fabric to it. You might be adding sequins and beads. So you're just going to experiment and have a play around with that. Okay, and there we go.